David Serland, the lead producer for Battlefield 6, was recently on X answering fan questions before the launch of Battlefield 6. And this is some things players were wanting to know before we hop into the game this Friday on the 10th. The first thing that was asked was the server tick rate. He says it is set at 60 for now. So the base tick rate is going to be 60 hertz for now. So this could possibly be updated later down the road. And if you do not know what tick rate is, it is how often the game updates. So this will affect things like responsiveness, accuracy, pretty much anything you're seeing in game on screen. So sometimes when games have a lower tick rate, you feel like your bullets are off. You could feel like you're lagging. It just really does mess with a lot of stuff in game. So a 60 hertz tick rate for now, maybe, possibly that could be updated later down the road. We'll have to wait and see. Someone also asked about squad reinforcements, which I really had almost forgot about. That was in Battlefield in the past. This is where players could call in rockets, vehicles, artillery strikes after accumulating points in matches, and this was available in Battlefield 5. He said this was not something they have planned for, but he kind of answered that not planned for now. So like the last answer he gave, I guess he left the idea open to maybe possibly being added in later. Was this something that you would like to see in Battlefield 6? Would you like the option to call in some of these squad reinforcements? It was kind of a issue for some people in the community in Battlefield 5, and other people in the community seem to like it. So I'm assuming that's probably why they decided to not go with it just yet. It could be something they decide to do later on in some of the seasons, bring in these squad reinforcements. We'll have to wait and see. But leave me a comment, let me know if you would like to see something like that added into BF6 later down the road. And the last thing that he answered was one that I was really glad to hear. We'll have to wait and see how it works in game when we get to play here in just a few days. But he was asked about soldier visibility. He says he will admit it was a bit of an issue in some parts of the map during the beta. He confirmed that it will be improved, and it is per map, meaning to not expect anything major like having teammates or enemies in red outlines or anything like that. But they have improved parts of the map and have improved visibility per each map. Now, Battlefield has always had an issue with visibility, and I think back to even older games, your Bad Companies and Battlefield 3s and Battlefield 4s, and even games before that. There were some visibility issues, but it seemed like the biggest visibility issues came from Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. That's where a lot of people talked about how hard it was to see players. In both of those games, they had to work on those visibility issues for a really long time. It took them a couple months to get both games to where you could actually see players a bit easier than you could when the game launched. I'm assuming this will probably be the case, and this is just my opinion, in Battlefield 6. They may still have to adjust some things in game for player visibility in BF6 after the release. One reason it's harder to see people in BF6 is they have a lot of different particle effects and dust and things like that, from blowing buildings down, tanks hitting buildings. Even when tanks just shoot and they miss and it hits like the ground or the side of the wall, there's a lot of particle effects, a lot of dust, which does look really, really neat in game. But at the same time, this causes a lot of smoke and particles on your screen, and that does make visibility even harder than it was without those things in the game years ago. So if you already have a visibility issue inside of Battlefield, then you add these new particle effects. Of course, the visibility is going to be different per map because it's going to depend on what you're interacting with on each of those maps to cause these different particle effects, dust effects, and smoke effects to happen in game. So hopefully we will have some better visuals in game when it comes to seeing friendlies and enemies. The only thing that I kind of worry about is some of the maps we didn't get to play during the beta. Will the visibility be as good as some of the maps we did get to play? I would assume the maps we played, they probably worked on first. Some of the other maps, they may have to tweak as time goes on inside of Battlefield 6 in the next, coming weeks and months. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these things that he answered inside of this kind of quick Q&A he did on X. I thought it was good that the devs are going out there even before the game launches and answering fan questions. Hopefully they will continue this after the game launches. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. And of course, if you like the video, hit the like. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.